My name's Jason, this is the WDS Originals YouTube channel, and behind me here is my supercharged S62 E30 M3. Now in today's video, we are going to be taking this car to custom cages and having that full roll cage installed. And in order for them to do that, we need to have this car fully prepped and stripped, ready for them to have access to everything they need. So without further ado, let's get cracking. Now, in order for me to get this engine and box out, I actually needed a bit more space in the workshop. So I dollied up the V10 E92 M3 and decided to try and shuffle it over. As you can see, I had quite a struggle with this, but we eventually managed to move it. And don't forget guys, we are simultaneously building both of these two cars at the same time, so if you are interested in the content on the E92 M3 build, feel free to check out the playlist that's in the description. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date. Now that we have a lot more access to the front end of this car, we start by stripping the supercharger off this engine. We start by removing the belt and then focus on the actual charger itself. Now fortunately for me, this process isn't too difficult, as I've only temporarily mounted the charger there. So after removing a few Jubilee clips, the main air intake pipe is off. Next came the supercharger and the supercharger bracket, which was held on by a few 10mm, and with a little bit of spannering, this whole unit came out as one. So with that now removed, it was time to start turning our attention to how we were going to remove this engine and gearbox from this E30. As previously, we'd fitted this on Toby's two-poster ramp, which made it quite easy to do. This time, however, we were on the floor using a trolley jack and some axle stands. So this was going to be a bit of a challenge. And sure enough, within a couple of seconds, we found our first problem. The trolley jack was fouling on the front bumper. Now, given this car needed to be fully stripped anyway, I decided to remove some panels. And as you can see, this gave me a whole lot more access. With this additional access, I was able to jack the car up and finally get it sat on its axle stands. With this M3 now suspended in the air, we could remove the trolley jack and start working out exactly how we were going to get this DCT gearbox out the bottom of the car. This whole unit needs to be dropped to the floor and it weighs an absolute ton. And I was doing this all alone. I also needed to get that S62 engine up and over the front slam panel. After realising there's no fun way of doing this, I just decided to get on with it. I again used the trolley jack and an array of things that I had laying around the workshop, including multiple blocks of wood to support this DCT box. I undid the bell housing bolts and simply hoped for the best. Fortunately for me, this gearbox lowered itself to the floor and I was able to slide it out the front through the axle stands. With this now complete, it was time to get the engine out over the top. So with the engine and gearbox now removed, it was time to remove some panels. We started by removing the wings and continued with the bumpers. With the pile of E30 bits getting bigger and bigger, it was time to add to that by emptying the boot. Once we'd done this, it was then time to remove the car from my workshop. And without the steering rack installed, this was quite a task. However, we eventually managed to pull this car forwards and out of the workshop. With the E30 out of the workshop, it was now time for a tidy up. This meant pushing the E92 back over the ramp and putting all the tools away. Now the E30's out the garage, it's time to go and grab the trailer, and yes, it is the next morning and it's incredibly cold today, hence the coat and the beanie, so I do apologise if I look like a bit of a twat. So I'm going to go and grab the trailer, we're going to load the E30 up, and then we're going to head up to Custom Cages. Let's get it.
Custom Cages, Tom speaking, how can I help?
Hi Tom, it's Jason with the BMW E30, how are we doing, you alright?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Yourself?
Good, yeah, not too bad, thank you. I'm just wondering if it's alright to come up today.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine, that's not a problem at all. What would be your rough ETA?
I'm going to guess about 2 hours, say 2:15, something like that. Is that alright?
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fine, that's not a problem at all.
Perfect, lovely. Alright, well I'll head up shortly and I'll see you in 2.5 hours, something like that.
Appreciate it.
Lovely.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
And just like that, with the power of YouTube, we arrive at Custom Cages. We were greeted by Tom and his team, who kindly helped us get this E30 off the trailer. I'm alright, thank you. Appreciate the offer though. Thank you very much indeed. Yeah, no problem. I'll just unstrap. Thank you for that, Tom. Appreciate it. That is the E30 M3 dropped off at Custom Cages. I just want to take a moment to thank Tom and Sam, the two individuals that I've been talking to at Custom Cages, who have provided an excellent customer service so far, and long may it continue. They also took the time whilst I was here today to take me around the workshop and show me the differences between certain things. My cage that I'm having put in that E30 is an FIA-approved cage, as we do intend to potentially race it one day in the future. So with that, they took the time and explained the different options, certain bars that I can have, certain ones that I don't need. Also the difference between TIGging it and MIGging it. So there's two different types of welding, TIG welding and MIG welding. Explained the differences, showed me the physical differences, and obviously really took their time with me today. So massive shout out to those guys, and they've also invited us to come back up in a couple of weeks time, which will be midway through this process, and show you guys at home exactly how it's going. And if you guys do want to see that video or future videos from us here at WDS Originals, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification to stay up to date. For now though, we'll leave the E30 at Custom Cages and we'll start reversing this empty trailer out of their car park and start heading home. I do just want to say a massive thank you for watching today's video, and I look forward to seeing you on next week's video, where we're going to be jumping back into the E92 M3 V10 DCT build. Again, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you soon.